Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out the PC version of Neo Atlas 1469. This got released, well for me it'll be a couple of days ago, but I have no idea when this video is going up, so it might have been like last week by this point on Steam. And of course I was disappointed that the Vita version didn't come out, because I quite liked the idea of it, and playing the Vita version of it in English would have been fantastic, but didn't get that, got a Steam English version instead. However, I was still on Arc System Works' PR email list, so they were more than willing to send me a copy when I asked about one, and while I can do videos on PC games, because that's basically how I do videos on Vita games anyway, so I thought I'd just grab it and take a look at it in English while I had the opportunity. I've been playing for about 4 hours at this point. I should probably adjust these volume levels somewhat so that you can actually hear it. I've been keeping the background music mainly turned off after listening to like each of the tunes once or twice. And there are some options here, like you can turn on peripheral right and blur. I'll show how those are in the main game, but for now, we won't be doing that. Now, for some reason, the game doesn't have a full screen exclusive mode, like on most other PC games. Instead, it's just a mode where like you can click on another window and then the game will go fucking nuts and use like 2 CPU cores completely in the background for no discernible reason. And strangely enough, if you put it in like 1600 by 900 or 1280 by 720, even when you're playing in like 1080p on a 1080p monitor, it'll just reduce the internal resolution of the game so that it looks more jagged and pixely. It's very odd. Let's load up my game. I've got about 4 hours in this. That top save was a save I made when I was trying to figure out a bug that happened to me. It was a little odd, but nothing to worry about. Saving and reloading works just fine. So load in. The game doesn't have any loading times outside of, well, almost no loading times outside of the initial load, which is nice because, God, this game ran on the Vita just fine. I can't imagine it having problems running on a computer like this one. I mean, I don't have a top-range rig, but for God's sake, if it can't run on this bloody machine, it's got problems. So, if we head up the main menu, I'll show you what those graphic effects are. So if I turn those up to their maximum and then put this back down, you can see that it adds a little bit of a lens flare and light blur effect around the outside, but I am a much bigger fan of just leaving all that off, so we're just gonna go back and turn those off and not click title. I've done that twice now. Alright, so here we are in Neo Atlas 1469. This is the world that I've discovered so far. I've almost got all of Africa, but Africa is looking significantly different. For example, it's got a Tasmania now, which is a little odd. There's, that's probably Madagascar. And, I mean, I don't know what the hell this is, but it's definitely new. So, the idea of Neo Atlas 1469 is that you send out your fleets to discover the new world. And they discover all sorts of new land up around here. I've just found India, by the way, after about 4 hours of exploration. You start out with the entirety of Europe and the top half of Africa just completely uncovered, which is a nice thing, because it lets you get to work on things like trading and stuff right away. And the idea is you have to go and send your fleets out, like this guy right here. I believe he's going to hunt down pirates right now. You have to send your fleets out to different places on the map in order to unlock the different parts of the areas. Discover things like new towns, new locations, new things you can do. So we have a couple of guys already set out already, but what I don't have is a trade route, and I can go and set up a trade route right now. The question is, I need to find something that's worth trading. The way the trading system in this game works is that you send a set of items back and forth between 2 places, and you can actually combine them into more valuable items. So just to use an example that I've already got going down here, I believe, I've got a ring here, and if no, that's a gold ring. I've got a gold ring back there. So there's a gold ring there. And I have gold here. And I used gold and another ring supplier that I have around here somewhere. There isn't a very solid way to keep an eye on all of your places that you've seen so far. But yeah. I had a ring, and I used the ring and the gold together to make the gold ring. And then I used diamonds that I found over here. Just keep zooming. I used diamonds that I found over here somewhere to actually make No, diamonds here, sorry. Here's my diamonds. So I used that to make gold diamond rings. And they are worth an absolute fuck ton of money. So let's do a little bit of extra trading and see if we can actually make something off that diamond ring. Now, we can actually ask Miguel about it. Miguel is our little assistant, and he is a charming little character. All the writing in this game is actually really good. It's very lightweight and not anywhere near dramatic, or just very, very light tone. It works for the game, actually, especially the cartoony style. So let's establish a route. We've got plenty of supplies of diamond gold rings. Now let's find another product that we can do some trading with. It'll probably be that ruby. And we can select a ship. There are plenty of different kinds of ships, and eventually you'll find items out in the world that'll let you get more ships. So you'll only start with these two basic ships here. I really do hope that you can see my my cursor. You'll only start out with this ship here, but with this ship, I had to unlock that via finding an item in the world, and when you find an item in the world, it'll be like, what ship do you want to unlock? So if we select that, oh, we can't actually do that because there's no way to get to that ruby from there. That's unfortunate. Let's try and find something else then. We need to find another thing to trade with. There's probably another town around here somewhere. Yeah, there's a town that's selling some salt, but there's so much salt around the place. Alright, hang on. I'll look back at the west coast. I have some more valuable stuff around there, I think. And I do have that is a medium-range ship that I've got. I could trade gold for gold rings. Sugarcane or coffee? Oh, definitely coffee. Alright. Let's make a route. And select the mid-range trade ship again. Select my product, which is back over here. Zooming in and out actually shows different details on the map, if you couldn't tell. This is also one of the ways you'll find the game's many hidden objects and items. So we'll be showing that off shortly. I just need to remember where the bloody hell those diamond rings were. There they are. Select that. And I'll get 600 gold per day. Because fuck yes, I will do that. So I'll just hit confirm. This is all being controlled by the mouse, by the way. This is a very convenient control scheme. It works really well on the mouse. You can also rotate your view with your compass here, and you can zoom in and out. And you can click the compass and this thing in the bottom left here in order to get your scale and your rotation back the right way. So basically, this entire game controls just fine via the mouse. In fact, there are very few times where you even need to use the right click. You could do it all via like a Windows tablet or something, which is all the better. So we've got a bunch of people out exploring right now. We've got that trade route, but due to the fact that this is bloody 1484, right, we've got pirates on the trade route, which is unfortunate. We'll have to deal with them eventually, but since it's 1484, ships take a very long time to get anywhere. What is this guy doing right now? If I click him, he's one of my 3 forts. He's investigating probably one of the pirate ships, which is good, because if he investigates the pirate ships, he'll get rid of them. So we don't have much to do right now, and the game's default pace is very slow. Thankfully, we can just click that, and the game speed will speed up a lot. So we can watch everything go by, and we can see who'll go where first. So Maria has just gotten back. Maria, I believe, I had out exploring the region of India. Yep, indeed she was. So she'll tell us all about her little exploration going here. And I already plotted out her route previously, so she'll just travel on through the fog, and she can run into land, she can meet monsters, she can meet pirates, she can run into all sorts of things. They tend to say all these weird things, as you can see, like listening to the dolphins chirp. And she's run into a kraken, unfortunately. Kraken are a pain in the ass in this game, because they are very strong and hard to deal with. So, unfortunately, that ended her journey. Now, you notice that I actually had the ability to say, no, that's not what happened there. Which is very weird. Also, yes, I did just earn 200,000 gold because I've been exploring a lot of the world. Now, that's very weird, because the way this game works, and I'll be able to demonstrate this, is that since I can deny a report... I'll just undo those to make sure I don't run into that tiny little island there that we saw earlier. The way this works is that I can actually deny a report, and if I deny a report, that means I'll actually get to say, no, that's not what happened. I don't believe that this is how the world is shaped. And by doing that, you can actually determine how the world's shaped. The slightly unfortunate thing about this is that it's kind of hard to actually do this in a way that works in your favor. And I know this sounds like a bit of a metagamey thing, and to be fair, it kind of is. But it just seems kind of against the point to be able to approve or disapprove something just because you didn't like it. It's a little bit of an odd mechanic, and he just took out that pirate nice and easy, which is good. But yeah, it just seems a little bit weird being able to disapprove something and not be able to actually, get a... what's the word I'm looking for? Get a benefit from it. You might have noticed that... Alright, we're back exploring again. I'm just going to hold the spacebar because this is actually the best way to skip an absolute ton of messages and just, like, go straight on in. So we found a bit of land. Once we collide with land, it collapses the fog a bit, and so we get to see a little bit of the land we've discovered, which is nice. So we've discovered a bunch of things, including a treasure chest, and I'll get to that very shortly. But yeah, you can decide whether or not to approve or deny a exploration, and I'll actually show off what denying exploration does with this next one instead. I'll send her over this way and have her collide straight into this land, and I'll slow the time down to ×1 just so I have time to come back over here. And when she gets back, we'll get around to that. So, we found more cities, and we got a new good, which is turmeric. What's turmeric? It's a root, a spice. Miguel loves his spice, and he has a tip for us, which is find a way to process it. So yeah, there are also multiple different kinds of items, like for example, there's rubies and diamonds, and if you find all of them, you'll get 10 million gold. You get a reward for every item you discover, and this is a treasure chest, so if we look in there, we have the Indian theme, which will actually let us change our background music. Now, there are usually some treasure chests sitting around the place, which is why we have this pendulum. You get this fairly early on, and if you use this, you can use it to douse the area and use it to find treasure chests. There are tons of locations and items and things you can find in order to improve your wealth and improve your understanding of the world, which is great. It gives you a nice little bit of progression going on here. I just got the trade upstart title, which means I just have 3 million gold in my bank account, which is quite nice because it means I have a lot of spare capital if I need it, and there's a very good reason for needing a lot of spare capital. So for example, oh wait, no, he's not there yet. I'm still waiting for him to get there. I'm just wondering where he is. So let's just, if I speed things up a little bit, we have more pirates, unfortunately. But what's-his-face isn't back yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But, anyway. Oh yeah, end of the year you have to pay your admiral, so I just lost, like, a bunch of that reward that I just got. But, oh well. So anyway, we sent Maria out. She's seen the land. Now, I can tell her, no, that's not what you saw. And we'll go back to the way we were before. But, now I can send her out to have her investigate the area again, and she'll come back with, a different thing going for her. Oh yeah, by the way, our pirate guy's about to get back, but we'll come back to him shortly. The game will actually make us come back to him shortly, so, you know, that's the thing. So anyway, we send her out again. And the area that she's discovered has slightly changed. Also, unfortunately, she ran into a pirate and had to go back, but that pirate will actually appear on the map, and we can... What can you do with courage anyway? But yeah. She's gone and found a completely different part of the map. It changes depending on whether or not you say yes or no. Now, this is combat. There is no, like, hands-on thing to combat. It's literally just, is your guy stronger? Plus a little bit extra luck and courage, you'll probably win. That's pretty much it. I'll explain what those are shortly, because we'll get to go back to him very soon, and once we do... he's got a little bit of extra battle power, and I got a reward for taking out those pirates. Now, if I go to my fleet, I didn't want to go to trade, but you can come to trade and check all your profit for all your trade routes here and see what's causing you grief. So I probably want to send him out again to take out those pirates, but we'll get to that shortly. If we go to the fleet, now this is what we can do here. We have admirals, and we can actually change our admirals, and our admirals have different stats. There's all sorts of different people here, and they've all got different stats. Battle power, which is how strong they are. Observation, which is how much of the land will get unveiled when they hit land. Luck, which will tell you, which influences how good your land is when you find it. Charisma, which is, it determines where you can make port. I'll explain what that is shortly. Navigation, which lets you move faster, and courage, which just influences a few different things. So I'll just go back for now. I don't want to actually get her, I don't want to change her out. So you can come here to explore, or you can send people to investigate. And I believe, yes, I have Francisco Perez investigating something. We'll be able to see that by the end of this video. And we can relocate people. So we actually do want to relocate her to a better city. So I can actually relocate her to here, so I plan on doing that. Relocating just means you can explore from there and do things like, just like explore further. Obviously, that's pretty much it, really. But if I go back to my fleets, won't be able to do much more with her because she's currently relocating, but I can talk to Lewis. Now, Lewis has a bunch of different items. He has all these different cannons, which will make him more powerful in combat, and he also has better observation because of that container, which is nice. We've also got two different other items here, but they don't really do anything, so outside of, like, they do their own thing. They don't do anything in terms of, they don't do anything in terms of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Stats. And I've repaired my ships here. You have to keep them repaired. They slowly lose durability over time. You can disband the entire thing, which is good if you need to save money. And you can jump straight to them. However, we're going to order him around directly through the trade menu. Now, the trade menu, as we saw before, is a great way to actually see what your trade routes are doing, what's making you profit, and we can actually jump straight to the pirates here, click on the pirates, and order Lewis to investigate. And he'll go straight there. The game's interface is really well done. It's very easy to find your way around, and to just, if you have something that needs to get done, you can find a way to get it done very quickly. Now, Francisco has actually been investigating this, and this is part of a side quest. There's a ton of different side quests in this game. Most of them are fairly simple. You do have to just, like, basically explore stuff. But when you explore stuff, you will get rewards for it. You'll get a little bit of a story background, like Perez is an archaeologist, or at least a historical predecessor to one, which is a nice thing. And they will tell you all about their experiences, and this will often bring to you either items or money, both of which are perfectly good. It also tends to dip a bit into the mythologies of the world. You see different things like, obviously you see Kraken, which is pretty neat. And there are all sorts of other things too, like Alibaba's cave, you can find that. You can find the treasure of the Great King Alexandria, and that's actually worth like 1 million gold, which in this game is nothing. But yeah, there you go. So anyway, we sent him to explore. He got to level up. He got even more observations, so he's great for unveiling huge swaths of land. But yeah, as you can see, it's given me an episode, and this is a great time to actually talk about the episodes. So if we head up the main menu again and go to the episodes, these are basically your side quests. They do actually list out all the side quests you can do, which is kind of neat, even if you haven't unlocked them yet. And there are all sorts of side quests, like capture all the spirits, and we can check out all our discoveries, which are related to this thing. Like the Cave of Fire, for example, is related to the side quest of the Four Elements. We have a quest here on the Sibangu. And we haven't made any discoveries for this, but we should be able to see some of the speeches. And you can see a little bit of the writing and the art going on here. They do give you an actual background in the actual cutscenes, but in this little, summary here, you don't get the You don't get the fancy little cutscenes and the fancy timing and stuff like that. A little unfortunate, but you'll get the idea. It's very... What's the word I'm looking for? It is very light in tone and very friendly and very casual, I think is the word I'm looking for. Neo Atlas 1469 is a very casual game. It's very easy to just pick up and play for a bit. You don't have to put too much effort into it. It's not a very hard game. You can go bankrupt and get game over, but I haven't even come close in the 4 hours that I've been playing. You might come a bit close if you don't make very good use of your trade routes, but again, I managed to make diamond rings and send thousands upon thousands of gold around the world. So, it's very nice that the game isn't particularly hard, because I feel like the game would be very casual friendly. However, I find it a bit odd that the game is $40 US. It seems like way too much. I mean, it was even more expensive when it was on Vita in Japan, but it just $40 US just seems like a bit too much. I mean, like $20 for a game like this would be perfect. I mean, considering that I've only unveiled like 12% of the world map in like 4 hours, it would be a great sort of like just casual sit back, relax and play a game for people who enjoy that sort of thing. But $40 for this just seems like a little bit too much. I do like the game and I would recommend it, but it's very expensive for what it is. I would definitely recommend it if it went on sale. You can also check on your rumors for every particular thing. Now, there are rumors that you can find around the map. And I'll show off a rumor right now, just while I've got the opportunity. I can also be using the right click to exit these menus along with left click, but yeah, just FYI. There are rumors around the map as well, which is the way you do most of your side quests. So we got a rumor here actually. I saw a suspicious man carrying a golden scale. So yes. So Shaba Casada, I'm not entirely sure where that is, but I'd be able to look through the encyclopedia. If we go to the world view, just to show off the world view, we can see the entirety of the world map here. As you can see, I haven't really done a good job exploring very evenly, but there you go. You can even see your history map, which is neat. So what this does is it actually lets you see how you've been exploring the world. So this is how I explored the world, basically. You can even export it as like a picture. See? So I can export and save that as a picture if I feel like it. That's kind of neat. And if we come back, we can even check out assets. So as you can see here, I've got my playtime, my rewards, how many trade permits I have, how much gold I make a day, how much gold I have at the moment. Not too much out of the ordinary. We also have pins. Pins are actually very useful if you need them. You can grab a pin, put it down, and then you can just zoom to it later if you want to. There you go. I haven't actually been using these, but I mean, if you want to use them, you can go right ahead and use them. They're useful if you need them. What's this? There are hidden treasures in that castle. What castle? This castle? Said to be visited by the Knights Templar. Barbossa is another one of my admirals. It's a secret treasure. Okay, so the Treasure of Solomon. This looks like a pretty easy side quest to complete. So how about we take, what's his name? We get Francisco's fleet. We swap him out with Barbossa. We pay him his fee. And we send him out to investigate the Wren's Castle as part of the side quest. I'll just speed up time so that he gets there faster. I'm not entirely sure where he is right now, but he should be along any time. I'd like to see, Lewis has come back from defeating that pirate, so hopefully that means that trade route will be all opened up. There are things like pirate holds that you can take care of in order to, get rid of all the pirates in an area, which is nice, because, you know, you can get rid of pirates completely, but at the same time, you get a good amount of gold for taking out pirates, so it's like, why wouldn't you just, like, leave them alone? I could go and attack that with, my battle power of him right now, but he will get his ass handed to him, which is unfortunate because, I mean, he does have like 11 battle power, which is pretty good, but that fort has 50. He could go and attack it, and he would do some damage, but then he'd probably get sent away, which would quite suck. So, how about we get him to migrate up north a bit? He won't be doing much else for the rest of this video, unfortunately, but oh well, I showed off how the combat works. It's fine by me. As you can see, he doesn't have the charisma, and that place isn't friendly with us. You can make places more friendly with you by... doing trade routes with them, and if they have really high charisma, like Maria does here, she has like 10 charisma, she can go anywhere on the map. Not one place has denied her entrance just yet, which is nice. We can recharge the pendulum, because it costs like 100,000 gold to recharge it, but, you know, considering that it's a really good tool for helping you find those chests, you know, it's something you do want to keep charged up. So we got another chest over here. Here it is. That was quick. Didn't even see it down there. What is it? Yay, I get to actually show off unlocking another ship. So I can get a Cavrel Prayer, which explores and investigates faster. Or I can get a high-level Carrack, which will get rid of extra fog for me. Very hard decision, but I think I'll take that Carrack there. As a casual, just pick it up and play for a couple of hours when you've got nothing else to do, or if you need something else to do in the background. Hell, you could leave it going in the background at just regular speed, although I think the game actually freezes if you alt-tab away from it, which is a little bit disappointing, but still. It's a really neat game. I like it for what it is. Just exploring the world, setting up trade routes, dealing with pirates, doing all of that silly stuff. No, it's not really that silly, but at the same time, it's a fun game. It's just a fun concept. I find myself playing it for a lot longer than I expect to. Hell, I probably wouldn't have put 4 hours into it for this video if I basically didn't do it all in 2 days without realizing. I mean, like, I know 4 hours in 2 days doesn't sound like much, but this is me. I've been extremely busy the past few days, so to play a game for this long is kind of amazing for me. They take a percentage of all the earnings you have at the time at the end of the year, not a flat rate. So, yeah, you do have to deal with that being a thing. I should probably send her out to explore a bit just while the thing's clicking away. Just the whole management of everything is fun. My goal's over there, which is Zipangu. And there's actually been like rumors that have constantly been popping up asking me, is this truly the City of Gold? Which is an interesting proposition. I've always been saying yes. What the hell did she run into that's such a big problem? Let's just hold the spacebar down and hope she, what'd she run into? She ran into Kraken. Yep, there's the Kraken. How much battle power has it got? 15. I might actually be able to make this work. Alright, let's see. I'll repair all these ships. And I'll swap this one out for a more powerful combat vessel. I do have a combat vessel down here. Wait, does this have any firepower behind it? It has 0.4. No, never mind. I'll just pick this one up instead. So, that's still not going to be enough, but I might be able to do some damage to it. And if I do some damage to it, I should be able to get him back, repair him immediately. Holy shit, we won! We killed a Kraken! Awesome! I haven't done that yet. He's got a fair bit of luck and a lot of courage, so that probably helped him out in the fight. Good night, Kraken. Do I get a reward for that? Bit of extra courage for him, that's good. 150,000 gold. Hell yes, I will take that. Let's send her back out. Can you tell that I really like this game? It's very... I know, I don't usually like games that are sort of casual like this, but at the same time, it's got a great theme, it's got enough management to keep it interesting, even though it's a bit easy, and it's just surprisingly entertaining. Oh, here comes that little quest. So let's see what he found at Penn's Castle. So he found the treasure, did he? Solomon's tablet. Oh, it's said to reveal the location of Solomon's treasure. Is that Stonehenge? That looks like Stonehenge. Alright, so... if it said it was south of Stonehenge, and Stonehenge is actually in this game, there's Stonehenge, and it said it was south of Stonehenge. So, if I was to get out my dowsing pendulum, okay, the pendulum says I'm pretty close to something. What am I close to, pendulum? What am I close to? Hey! I found Solomon's treasure! Awesome. So we can listen to what animals have to say now. That's a neat trick. That's a neat trick. And that's the side quest complete. And there's a bunch of like little things like that, and it's just a really entertaining little management sim. Oh hey, we even got a historic point. In fact, I'm willing to bet I probably got an achievement for that. No, I didn't, unfortunately. Neat. So yeah, that was a quick look at Neo Atlas 1469. Explore the world, fight pirates, do trading, uncover the world's mysteries, and create an entirely different than what you remember shape of the world from it. It's very entertaining, like surprisingly entertaining. I didn't think I'd be so drawn in by it, but I am enjoying myself immensely, and I would definitely recommend it. Maybe wait and get it on sale. It might not be worth 40 bucks right off the bat, but I mean 20 bucks or less, absolutely. Absolutely, I'd definitely tell anyone to pick it up at that price. So I'm just going to save my game real quick, because that was a lot of progress made in half an hour. You do have to save your game manually, which does kind of suck. It would be nice to see some autosave, but it does have Steam Cloud support, which is nice. So if you do have like a Windows tablet with Steam on it, you could take it around and play it on the go. You know, if they actually didn't bring out the bloody Vita version. Yeah, just figured I'd do a quick video on it because I liked the concept, and as it turns out, I liked the game. Fantastic. This has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.